Too many people go overboard with what they believe. Like Quagmire when he thought he was the one getting the spin-off.
See you later, bitches. Have fun with your stupid giant chicken jokes and your Conway Twitter. Hey, why is there a moving truck outside Cleveland's house?
Oh yeah!
Hey, what's up everybody? And I'm here today with my main man, Veridis Joe. And we're going to be talking about characters we think deserve their own spin-off show.
These are those characters we thought that if a show revolved around them, they would get a good shot for some high entertainment.
So yeah, these are our top 10 characters that we think deserve their own epic spin-off.
What's up, Vidalia?
It may surprise you, but yes, I believe that Greg from Steven Universe deserves his own show. If you were to actually sit down and think, you'd realize that Greg is an actually very interesting character. I mean, for starters, the interactions between him and Steven are endearing enough, but just seeing him interact with other people would probably turn a few heads. In a few Steven Universe episodes, they have hinted at Greg's past. Possibly we can get some fun Beach City world building episodes, or maybe even just some character driven episodes. Maybe we can learn more about Steven's family. Obviously, it'd be a prequel, but it would be a good one if you think about it. I'm pretty sure that a good percentage of Steven Universe fans come for Steven Universe for the action and all the very gay undertones.
I'm gay.
But hey, there are some fans who enjoyed the more laid-back aspect of the show. And I believe that you can get that when seeing a spinoff from Greg. Someone so laid back and so cool. Someone so laid back and just a genuine good father and a good person. It'd be nice to see what got him to the person that he is today. Obviously the show would have Rose in it, you know, to have some connection to Gem World, but it wouldn't be the main focus of the show. The main focus of the show would be like a direct opposite to Steven Universe. It'd focus more on the humans, you know? With little gems sprinkled around here. Haha, get it? Gems. I'll go die now. If you look at Greg, you see a person who's chill, a person who's laid back, you know, a person who looks at the world around him and just sits back and just watches the fire. And it'd be honestly pretty nice to see him do that in his very own show. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't disagree.
Or we could have another show about gym people, cause that's what everybody wants.
That I'm a light speed distraction, but that's a knee-jerk reaction.
Oh, come on. Why do you want to join some super dorky club?
To prove that I am brillianter than a lot of them!
That's right, a character that I want to see get his very own TV show would be the Man of Blue, the Evil Drew. We all know him, he's Draken. And I know what some of you might be thinking, but Corey, wasn't he the main villain in Kim Possible? Didn't we see enough of him already? Yeah, but that's where you're wrong. If we were to get a whole series dedicated towards Draken and get all his crazy and diabolical shenanigans all out there, and they could just have a really great time with, they come up with so many weird different positions to put him in. They could have Kim Possible as one of his main rivals, and hey, they would face each other. Maybe this show could be based 10 years in the future where everybody's a little older, more wiser, and hey, maybe more skilled in combat. Hey, who knows? Hey, with Kim being in her late 20s and seeing that she can still take down Draken after all these years. They would have Shigo come in from time to time to draw up some banters with Draken for good old time's sake, but he would be the main man to set the tone for the show and throw down the thunder. No matter how good or dramatically bad he was as a villain, the one thing he didn't lack was drawing attention from the audience.
I believe another person who should be expecting a well-deserved spinoff is Benson from Regular Show. Sure, to many people he's brash and angry and, you know, a fucking gumball, but he's Benson, and who doesn't love themselves a bit of Benson? In Regular Show, they don't show that too much of Benson's personal life or of his past. They have hinted toward it in a few episodes, but that isn't enough. I'm pretty sure a good number of people want to see themselves some more Benson. Also, Regular Show has just ended and the story's pretty complete. I think that the next direction in show making would probably be a spin-off, and it could be a prequel spin-off, or even a post spin-off, or a little bit of both. It could show some of Benson's past personal experiences and how he got to get the job. It could also show some episodes of Regular Show, but at Benson's perspective. You know, that good old trope where one episode is from the main character's perspective, but then they have the same episode from a side character's perspective. We can get some talk about his love life, about his family, about his oddly gumball-shaped dad. We could even talk about how he was in a band and did a bunch of cool stuff, but Mordecai, Rigby, and the other members of the park are never attentive enough to listen to his probably very interesting stories. I'd love to see some of Benson when he was Mordecai and Rigby's age. Like, think about it, it's honestly a pretty ingenious idea.
Sounds good to me, cause it'll never happen.
We can see if maybe at one point he was more optimistic like Mordecai and Rigby. Maybe one time he had more hope, and then, you know, through years and years of being in the workforce and being punched down by society, maybe he just gave up and just conformed to the standard. And I'd love to see how that's executed in a spin-off. I'd love to see how he got his interest in musical instruments, or maybe how he got in the band in the first place, or maybe if he tried any other musical endeavors before ultimately working out a part. I also want to see a flash forward where he loves and gets to know the woman that we saw at the end of Regular Show with him. That story seems like it has very high potential, and I would love to see what happens there. Benson is literally an everyman character just like Mordecai is, except it's told from a different side or a different age period. He's like the tired dude who just had too much, you know? He's just chilling out, just vegging out at his park that he manages. And obviously everyone wants to see where the hell all of that anger came from. And look at him, look at this man. He's turning Super Saiyan. What's going on here? I want to see the root of that. Benson just seems like the type of character that deserves a spinoff. Maybe we can see more of Skips or Pops or the other characters before Mordecai and Rigby came along, because obviously there was a story before those two slackers came into the park. I want to see how the two of them change the status quo in the house. A lot of people tend to not really appreciate prequels because they already know what's going to happen at the end. But if you think about it, prequels are more focused on character interactions and world building. Maybe after watching the spinoff of Benson and you go back to Regular Show, you think more, that's how he got made this way. I feel sympathy for him in this situation. Oh man, I know exactly what he's thinking because of that one experience in that episode of Benson's spinoff. It'd change the way that you think, and it'd expand on the world of Regular Show. Plus, I mean, hey, who doesn't want to see this wacky gumball beat on some drums?
With a show based around 6 teens hanging out and having loads of unique and bizarre adventures within the confines of a shopping mall.
Oh, so you think so, huh?
And what character would I say was the most interesting and I think would be the most exciting while they were on screen? Well, from the show 16, that character would definitely be the man himself, Jonesy.
Yeah, Jonesy! These hands are a gift, and I take this gift seriously. And I plan to make the most of this title.
This dude was just so wrapped up with so much of all the trouble and self-inflicted problems he would easily be finding himself in. It would be really interesting having a show based around him and seeing how he reacts to all his new surroundings with his weird and pervy antics and trying to be a player. The show could take place in like a busy city like New York or something, and it could be something where they can make for a really epic show. They can even keep his girlfriend Nikki in the show, and she was a pretty cool character. Just see what kind of different events they would go on together. Hey, I'm sure we'll have a really good time. I'm sure it'll be very hilarious, and who knows what they could come up with. But all in all, Jonesy was the man who carried that show, and he was the best character. And you know, he would just always get me to bust out laughing with all his crazy shenanigans and weird ass shit he was doing from time to time.
Simon from Adventure Time is a really sympathetic character. Sure, we got episodes upon episodes upon episodes about what happened in the Great War and between him and Marceline, but I'd like to see more of that. I'd like to see a full fleshed out show of that, or maybe even just a mini series or a spin-off like they did with Islands and the Princess Bubblegum and Marceline shit.
Them niggas lesbian.
If you think about it, Simon's probably one of the most sympathetic characters in Adventure Time as a whole. He basically had to pull a Last of Us, even, you know, cradle and protect Marceline. I want to see more episodes on him finding the crown and experimenting on it, and, you know, thinking, oh, when's the point when I lose my mind completely? I want to see more of that. I want them to expand on that, because that used to give me the freaking chills for someone to know that they have to protect someone, and with the power that they use, that power can very well be the same thing that will make them hurt that person in the future, whether physically or emotionally. I just want to see a very simple scientific man over time get turned into the crazy, insane, and very apologetic person that he is right now. I would definitely imagine that the show would have some kind of juxtaposition, showing how crazy Simon is right now as the Ice King, and then drawing back to how he was normal and very sensible at one point. I'd want to see that very scary back and forth. I'd want to see it till they both eventually cross paths and collide. I'd also want to see more of Marceline and how she was a defenseless, scared girl in a world that she didn't understand, but she had to be protected somehow, and she came across Simon. I'd want to see the episode and what a danger happened, you know, and where he came up to her. And I know that a lot of these things were expanded upon in Simon and Marcy and then I Remember You. Am I wrong for wanting to see more? I just want to see more, because I really enjoyed that part of Adventure Time. That part really made me feel something. As a person who struggles from anxiety myself, I'd love to see someone succumb to their demons in order to protect the person that they love, and to see the anxiety and the depression and the fear that itself endues. It's obvious that Adventure Time has very dark themes, but I'd love to see more of that. I love to see a show, a fully fleshed out show nonetheless, that does that thing for me, that makes it more experimental and makes you think. And as I stated previously with the Benson spinoff, it would make you think more, and the show itself. I of course just want to see what's going on in that head of his with that crown on it. But hey, I mean, we all got opinions.
Kirby, he's the star of the show. He's more than you think, he's got maximum pink.
Yeah, he's more than you think. He's got maximum pink. The show Kirby. Yeah, the show Kirby right back at you was a show back in the day that I really enjoyed. But there was one dude who would always get me super excited when he was on screen, and he made everything in the show more darker and intense. No, not King Deity.
I need a monster to claw with that there Kirby.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about the Dark Knight Crusader, known as Meta Knight. From being such an epic character in the show, from his many words of wisdom, and he would pass along to Kirby in order to be like a mentor to him, helping Kirby along the way in his journey through battling all those many monsters and overcoming so many obstacles that King Deity would throw his way.
Out of my way, Meta Knight!
Sire, it is my duty to warn you. Kirby has great power now.
Yeah? Well, who's the king around here, you or me?
Move it or lose it. It pains me to do this, sire, but I am afraid I must.
Hey, what's happening?
We're going back!
I know that!
It's the thing on hold! We're gonna crash!
Do something! Like what? Break my phone!
And, you know, a show about Meta Knight could explore more about how he came to be and why he acts now the way that he does. It could be a prequel to the Kirby Right Back At You show. The show could be used to explore more of Meta Knight's backstory and show why he is the way he is. And maybe there will be more that meets the eye and what's going on with Kirby's darker side.
You ever seen somebody so retarded and so crazy that you just want to say, wow? I want to see more of that. I want to see somebody flipping around and just stabbing everybody, and just messing with the school kids and living with their trailer park family and doing all sorts of crazy, wacky shenanigans. What I'm saying is I want to see a Sumo spinoff with Clarence. You can call me insane in the membrane, but I want to see more of Sumo's family. I want to see more of this family. I really want to. It's really exciting. Sadly, Clarence is one of the shows on this list that have already ended, and it makes me feel more old and I want to die and midlife crisis. But come on, you can't tell me that you don't want to see more of this fun guy. You don't want to see more of Sumo. You just can't tell me that you wouldn't want to see a more fleshed out show about Sumo. I mean, hell, one of the arcs in Clarence is about Sumo moving away and identifying as a person, which is what all kids struggle with when their friend moves away. I genuinely want to see what Sumo does in his life. I want to see why he's so wacky and so zany and does what he does. I want to see why he's such a goofball. Side note, if you want to, you should totally check out my Clarence review. Sumo is such a fun character and was one of the reasons why I really enjoyed Clarence, because he reminded me of how I was when I was a kid. I was so fun and energetic, and I still am a kid, but I'm more jaded and I hate myself now. I just really want to see more of Sumo, and it'd be great to see that. Plus, I'm pretty sure Spencer Rothwell would much love writing more of Clarence. He could even do some Clarence background voice cameos if he wants to. I mean, you know, that's the fun of making a prequel. You can have the background characters be the main characters and just step in at random. Basically, I just want to hear Sumo's voice again, and at least 13 episodes. Cartoon Network, please. We don't gotta do Teen Titans 24/7. Please.
Up next, it's more SpongeBob.
You don't want to miss this
On Nick.
I know it might seem pretty obvious, but in the teledrama universe, a character that stands out from a variety of characters, and you already know who the guy I'm talking about is, the main man himself. We're talking about Duncan from the Teledrama Island series. I mean, I believe this dude deserves his own show. So many people enjoy him. He's really funny. He's got witty humor. He's always got so many traits that many people find so entertaining to watch. And there's just so much you could do with having a guy like Duncan as your lead role. I mean, we got him in that new Teledrama Rama series. So, I mean, you're getting enough Duncan, even though he is like 8 years old or whatever.
We work together like the best friends we are. We can reunite this beautiful, beautiful boy with the Uber ball he so rightfully deserves.
The chances for this are super low, but still, just think about it. A main character-based Duncan TV show, hey, that would be freaking hella funny and fun to watch. They could even have him bring back some of his favorite people that he enjoyed to chill with in the show, just to spice things up. Like, I don't know, maybe Courtney or Gwen, or heck, he could even bring back Harold just to watch him beat the shit out of him and play loads of pranks on him. Man, that's cool. Hey, sure, why not? Have more fun. Woo! Gotta have a Duncan show. We could call it the Dunkin' Donut Show. Dunkin' Danger Show.
Come on, Corey, that's terrible.
Hey, I'm sure it'd be better than that Kid Danger Show. That's all I gotta say.
Wow, man, Avatar was great. That was like an amazing show. I just wish that there was like a spin-off of it. Man, I wish that if there was a spin-off of it, I'm pretty sure that Nickelodeon would definitely treat it well with scheduling and definitely wouldn't switch off the dates day by day and the time all the time and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that it'd go well. It's not like they'd put the last season online or some crazy shit like that. That'd never happen. That's a that's a pretty funny joke, honestly. Yeah. So the real last person on this list that I think that deserves a spinoff would be Squidward from SpongeBob.
Why couldn't the 11-year-old get into the pirate movie? Why? It was rated R.
Fucking hilarious.
R.
It's honestly weird talking about SpongeBob as an actual cartoon that deserves criticism or talking about it analytically because it's fucking SpongeBob. Nobody else talks about it critically and analytically and talks about how the characters and the story and all that stuff. But I think that it'd be fun for the kiddies and for the adulties, for the teenies to see a very, very hateful or a very pessimistic spinoff with Squidward. I want to see the squid dude going to the supermarket, talking to people, living in his house, playing his clarinet. I want to see more of that in a condensed standalone show. I want to see more of a young Squidward. I want to see older Squidward. I want to see more Squidward talking to SpongeBob and Patrick. Maybe Squidward dated in high school. Maybe he had friends. Maybe he moved away. Maybe there were a bunch of things we don't know about that turned him into such a quote-unquote boring, decrepit old dude. But yeah, there's obviously more to a character than just they're boring. Who doesn't want to see good old Squidward Tortellini in his own show? I mean, for one, I really enjoy the episodes focused on Squidward. Not necessarily the ones where he's getting tortured beyond fucking belief, but the fun ones, you know? I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would very much enjoy a spinoff focused on Squidward. The thing that I keep stressing on with spinoffs is that there's plenty of stories to be told. There's more expanding, more world building. We could see more of Bikini Bottom, maybe the rough side, maybe the not so friendly side, but obviously still friendly because it's SpongeBob, it's a kid show. But remember in that one special, Truth or Square, how Squidward was enjoying his life before SpongeBob showed up? I'd like to see more fun, happy Squidward and not just Squidward torture porn, as Mr. Enter himself would put it. I mean, I hear a lot of people saying they will want to spin off of Sandy, which is, I guess, she has some fun Texas stuff going on, but I'd much rather see Squidward because honestly, he's probably my favorite character in SpongeBob.
Squidward Tortellini!
Plus, let's be honest, we all know that Corey will want to see a spin off of SpongeBob. He isn't lying to anybody.
You working for Slade, tough guy?
Red X works alone.
And the number one character that I personally really believe that would make it a really amazing show if they would give him his own season. Just of 13 episodes is all I'm asking. And you know what? That's the character Red X from the original Teen Titans. And no, I'm not talking about the Robin version of Red X. Plus, we even saw that parodied already in Teen Titans Go.
I'm not changing costumes.
I'm posing as a villain called Red X in order to infiltrate the Hive Tower.
Red X? Ooh, you're gonna keep the name change, right? So much cooler than rock.
But hey, this is their chance to redeem themselves. Man, maybe we can get, like, you know, animators of Motor City could team up with the animation styles of the original Teen Titans crew and have like a mixture together. That way it would have its own special, unique feel to it. Hey, I think that would be really cool. The show wouldn't even have to do nothing too elaborate. Heck, it could even just be Red X against some hero from the DC universe trying to stop his motives each week, and Red X find a way to outsmart them and make them look like a fool and win in the end and come out on top.
Sorry, kid. Some guys don't like to play the hero.
The way he fought with so much elusiveness, being great in hand-to-hand combat, along with a wide array of gadgets at his disposal, thanks to Robin. He was just bringing down everybody, and he would just make for such an amazing fights, and he made the show that much better.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I mean, they're bringing back the original Teen Titans, so I gotta be kind of happy because there's a chance they could also put more Red X into the new season. Hey, but with that highly anticipated Season 6, I'm hoping that there's great things to come for Red X and all the cool things that he can do. And all you need now is to sprinkle in some Red X and boom, perfect. And you can also go to the aminoapps.com and you can learn more about Season 6 and how it's going to be airing. As it says so in the article, the 6th season will not be on Cartoon Network. It will be on Adult Swim because Glenn Morecambe said it's going to be really fucking dark. More darker than the past Teen Titans show, and they will have a new look. And for the most part, this is what they're going to be looking like. I can't guarantee Red X will be in the new show, but the chances, I would say, are definitely in his favor.
Good. Don't forget to subscribe to Corey because he's the true god here. He's the true wondrous lord himself here. Plus, he's a pretty cool friend to subscribe to. And if you enjoyed my very boring self, you can go on to my channel, Veridis Joe, and subscribe and watch all of my videos, please.
Well, yeah, that's our picks for characters we would love to see get a spin-off and that we think would make a pretty cool spin-off show. What are some of the characters that you think deserve their own spin-off? Let us know below. And try to like and sub to this Veridis Joe guy. He's a pretty cool, chill dude, and he makes really cool content. So I highly recommend it. So until next time, this has been Corey, and his name is
Veridis Joe.
See you later, people. Peace.
Go for the moon.